Now we are looking at partnership. What is partnership? A partnership is a business structure where two or more people share ownership. This partners share profit, they share the cost, the risk, and the responsibility. They all share together. And I want to tell you that partnership is better than a sole proprietorship, because partnership shared things together, while a sole proprietorship does not share the things together. The partner, they share together the profits, they contribute capitals, they take the risk together, and they are responsible for the day-to-day running of the business. To look at the overview of the partnership, we discover that partner is a type of business organization structure where the owners have unlimited person liable for the business. And you need to understand that business, the partnership, you have between 2 and 50 people. 2 and 50 people. My minimum is 2, maximum is 50 people. You can't do more than that. And they also engage in decision making day-to-day decision making of the business. So we look at the account for a partnership. There are several distinct transactions associated with a partners that not found in other types of business organization. These are contribution of funds, but funds are contributed. If there are 5 partners that are into the business, they contribute money together, and you know that is better than the sole proprietorship. They contribute money together, but that of the sole proprietorship, he contributes the money by himself and bears the risk by himself. Then we also look at the other one, the contribution of other than funds. That means their personal services. When the partner invests some other assets in the business, not only money, but other assets into the business. And all these also are valued. They are valued. Then we also look at the withdrawal of funds. Any partner that withdraws money, that means his account, when a partner extract funds from a business, it involves a credit to the cash account and a debit to the partner's capital account. And you need to understand also that because he withdrew money from the fund, he has to pay an interest. He has to pay a certain amount of money, which is an interest on it. Then withdrawal of assets. When the partner assets extract assets other than cash from a business, it involves a credit to the account in which the asset was recorded and a debit to the partner's credit account. Then allocation of profit or loss. Now, in case profit they make profit, the profit might be shared equally, or they are shared in ratios. They can be ratio, if there are 3, can be ratio 3:1, or it can be ratio 2:1, and depending on what ratio they want to share. Then we also look at reporting. In the United States, a partnership must issue a Schedule K to 1 to each of its partner at the end of the tax years. This schedule contains the amount of profit or loss allocated to each partners and which the partners use in their reporting of personal income. And now, in your working of a partners in partners account, when you come to the current account, you can have current account for individuals, and you can also have a sum total of current account, also of capital. You are able to know how much capital they've invested in the organization. Now let's look at the general partners account information. Whenever more than one person enter into business together, a partnership is formed. In the best case scenario, the partnership agreement is drafted and rules of the partnerships are expressed to all of the partners, while there's nothing necessary to legally create a business partnership. If you are doing business with someone else, understanding some basic partnership account information can help you make sure that the organization records are in order. Now, what we are saying is this. In case you have another business outside you are running out of the partnership, but it must not be included in the agreement, what you agreed upon that you are going to do. Now, we also look at the partners account. Partners account, the most obvious difference between account record of a partnership and those of sole proprietorship or cooperation are in the equity section of the balance sheet. In a partnership, each partner will have her own capital account. This allows for this. I've explained that before, that each partner will have his partner's account and they will also have their current, account. Now go to ownership changes. When the partner retires or the partners decide to admit a new member, the legal partnership dissolves and a new partner is created. However, most accountants will continue accounting for the partnership as if continue as a legal entity. Potential partners should recognize that the admission of a new partner usually require the unanimous consent of all the existing partners. Now, you need to understand also that partnership can also be dissolved in case there's disagreement on who is to be included into the partnership. Maybe the one person is retiring and it can affect it. It's one of the disadvantages that the partnership can have. One person leaving the organization might lead to close up of the others in case they don't agree or they don't trust the new person that is coming up, that they don't trust the next person that is coming up. Then the admission of partners can occur through a new partner being granted a portion of the existing partnership ownership interest or by additional investment into the partnership by the new partner. Now, like I told you before, that profit and loss are shared in ratio. But in case if they need to bring in new partners, then that means the ratio of sharing is going to be different. Maybe they have been sharing 2:1 before, maybe they are 3, and they have been sharing 2:1 before. They may likely now change it maybe to 2:1:1 or whichever way they want to share it. Now we look at the partnership liquidation. If the partners decide to liquidate the asset of the partnership and cease operating the business, this is known as winding up. Then hopefully there are enough assets in the partnership to assist. Now, when we say liquidation, that means selling the asset of the organization, possibly to offset or to share their money, that they are no more existing again. Then possibly they've moved to other organization. Then we look at other partnership consideration. Why most of the accounting for partnership is the same as the accounting for other things. Now, what we are saying is this: when you are preparing your partnership account, you follow almost the same procedure that you follow in your final account. I mean, the final account where you have your trade profit and loss account. You have, but on area of partnership, you go extra mile. You look at the partner's capital account. You look at the partner's current account. Then from there, you move down to the profit and loss account, or profit and loss account first. Then you now prepare the partner's capital account or profit, because you want to know how much that the partners worth in their business. Now we move on to partnership account. Now, I've explained partnership account to you, that is almost the same thing like the sole proprietorship. Then we look at the overview of a partnership, structure. A partnership is a type of business organization structure where the owner have unlimited personal liability for the business. The owner shares the profit and loss generally by the business. There may also be limited partners in the business who do not engage in day-to-day decision making and whose loss are limited to the amount of their investment in it. In this case, a general partner runs the business on day-to-day basis. Partnership are a common form of organization structure in business that are oriented towards partner service, such as law firms, auditors, and landscaping. Now we'll check this account for a partnership. We've talked about this before. So it's a repetition of what we have talked about before. Let's go to partnership accounting. When two or more individuals engage in enterprise as co-workers, the organization is known as partnership. This form of organization is popularly among personal service enterprise, as well as in legal and in public accounting professions. The important feature and accounting procedure for partnership are discussed and illustrated below. Now, I think you can hear me very well. Now, looking at accounting for initial investment. because ownership rights in partnership are divided among two or more peer partners. Separate capital and drawing accounts are maintained for each partners. Now we look at investment of cash. If a partner invests cash in partnership, the cash account of the partner is debited and the partner's capital account is credited for the invested amount. Now we look at investment of assets other than cash. If the partner invests an asset other than cash, an asset account is debited and the partner's capital account is credited for the market value of the asset, and if a certain amount of money is owed for the asset, the partners may assume liability. In that case, an asset account is debited and the partner's capital account is credited for the difference between the partner's value of the asset invested and the assumed. Now we look at capital interest. A capital interest is an interest that would give the holder a share of the proceeds in either of the following structure. 1, the owner withdraw from the partnership. 2, the partnership liquidates. The mere right to share in the earning and profit is not a capital interest in the partnership. This determination generates a made at the time of receipt of them. Now, what we are saying in that place is very simple. If you contribute a certain amount of money as your capital, at the end of the day, there's a certain interest that the partners will have to pay your account. They pay you a certain interest on your account. And also, if you withdraw money from the same partner's account, if you withdraw money, you also pay interest to the capital, to the withdrawer of what you have collected from them. Now, we look at capital account. We have seen the interest, that's interest that is being paid to you when you contribute money to the account. Then we also look at the capital account of each partner, represents its equity in the partnership. It represents your equity, your own portion. The capital account of a partner is increased in the following situation. Now let's look at the situation where the partner's account increases. Number 1, the owner made additional investments during the year. Maybe you contributed 500,000 and at the end of the year you added 100,000 again. That shows that you are having 600,000 naira to your account. 600 naira to your account. 2, the owner made the guarantee payment to the firm. He made the guarantee payment to the firm. Possibly you are standing for somebody or somebody standing for you, and a certain amount of money is paid into that account. That's a guarantee payment to the firm. 3, partnership earned profit, and share of profit was allocated to the partners. Now, after your capital, you've added interest on your capital, then also your drawings, you paid interest on your drawing, the remaining amount of money will be your profit, and the profit shall be shared. And I've told us before that profit can be shared in ratio and profit can also be shared equally. It can be shared equally. Then by the time we look at some of the workings, we'll see how to share the money. Then we look at the increase in capital. We record in credit side of the capital account. Salary and interest allowance are guaranteed payments. They are guaranteed payments discussed later. We'll discuss that later. Capital account of a partner is decreased when the owner makes withdrawals of the cash or property. We decrease it. That's why I told you that when you withdraw, you pay a certain percentage on your withdrawal. There's always account that is open to you that after when your capital, you add interest of your capital, you add your profits on your capital, then what you now do is that you deduct your drawings and the interest on drawing. Then at the end of the day, you know your estimated capital. Then we also look at compensation for service or provided in the form of salary, allowances. Allowance, compensation for capital is provided in the form of interest allowance. Amount of capital compensation is added to the capital account of the partner. Possibly your salaries, added to your, all will be added. Your bonuses and others will be added to your account. Now let's look at this illustration to illustrate. Assume that a partner received $500 dollars as an interest allowance. The amount is included in the net income stroke loss distribution, either when the books are closed to the capital account at the end. Now you look at that, you see your partner A capital is credited with 500, then income summary is also 500. That means you need to know that for every subsequent money that comes into the credit, there must be a subsequent also recording in the debit side or the credit side. As a result, the above income summary, which is a temporary equity closing account used for the year end, is reduced by 500, and the capital account is increased by the same amount. When the partner makes a cash withdrawal of money he receives as an allowance, it is treated as a withdrawal or drawing. So you see it there. There was a drawing of $500. Then at the end of the day, you see also a credit balance on it. As a result, drawing account increased by 500, and the cash account of the partners is reduced by the same amount. So when you draw, they deduct it from the capital that is entering to the account of the organization. At the end of the accounting period, the drawing account is closed to the capital account of the partner. The capital account will be reduced by the amount of drawing made by the partners during the accounting. Then we look at the guarantee payments. Guarantee payments, and we told you that guarantee payments are the salaries, the other income, the other compensation, service, and capital are guaranteed payments. So a partner treats guaranteed payment for services or for the use of capital as if they were made to a person who is not a partner. The treated as partners distributing shares of ordinary income. Guaranteed payments are not subject to income tax withholding. In the United States, partners generally deduct guaranteed payments on line 10 of IRS form, that's 1065, as business expenses. They are also listed in IRS, that is the annual revenue, schedules K and K-1 of the partner's return. The individual partners report guaranteed payments on Schedule E from 104 as partners' income, along with its distributive share of the partners other than ordinary share. Then we look at allocation of the net income. If total revenue exceeds total expenses of the period, the excess is net income of the partnership of the period. If the expenses exceed revenue of the period, the excess is net loss of the partners for period. That means we are saying that income minus revenue is supposed to give you a profit. But in case if the expenses is more than your income, that's a loss on them. And you know that the law of partnership says that they share everything equal. They share the profit equal or in ratios. So we look at management fees. The management fees, salaries and interest allowances are guaranteed payments, the salaries. Now, you need to understand also that it's not all the partners that earn salaries. There are some of them who are working day to day to make the business work, and there are some partners who just put their shares there. What they want is just their profit, and they share them their profits. Then the partnership guarantee deducts the guaranteed payment on line 10 of the form. And if partners pay themselves high salary, net income will be low, but it does not matter for tax purposes. Partners compensation. Now, I want to take note here that partners cannot pay themselves too much high salary, because at the end of the day, they will not have enough to share as profit or so. So they limit it to a certain percentage of the income of the organization. That is why when you do your business proposals, you will pay salaries, not the money that will affect your business, but they will pay money that will not. And you need to understand that individuals are also taxed individually, and also they might also tax the. That's why you have profit after tax. Now let's look at profit and loss account. The profit and loss account. Now partners find out the net income or net loss they prepare the profit and loss account during the year. I told you that the accounts that will be prepared, they are also called the final account, partners finance account, and you have the trading profit and loss account. Then you have the partners capital account, you have the partners current account. Then after that, then you move on to the appropriation account. You move to appropriation account, and from appropriation account, you move on to, the share of profit and everything. Then now sometimes you can prepare your profit, your trading profit and loss account, then move on to profit and to appropriation account, and from appropriation account you move on to your balance sheet. It now depends on what. But once you know your interest, you know your profits, you know everything, you can calculate everything. So let's look at closing process. Closing process at the end of the accounting period includes closing of all temporary accounts by making the following entries. 1, close all revenue accounts to income summary, to income salary. 2, close all expenses account to income summary. 3, close income summary by allocating each partner shares of net income or loss to the individual capital account. The next is close each partner's drawing account to individual capital account. Then let's look at the illustration. Assume that there are 2 equal partners, partner A and partner B. The partners agreement specify that after providing for salary and interest allowance, the remaining income is divided. The remaining income is divided equally. That means ratio 1:1 or 2:2, that's equally, or 1:1, or whatever is made is divided by 2. Then everybody will get his own interest. Now assume also that the net income of the partnership was $100,000 and the 2 partners received allowance as indicated in the table below. Now let's look at the allocation of net income would be reported on the income statement as shown. Net income is 100,000. Now we go down to your partner's account. You see it's there that the net income of partnership is 100,000 on the total side of the total. Now salary allowance is 30,000 naira. That is to A, and salary allowance to B is also 20,000 naira. If you add the 2 together, then you have 50,000 naira. Then we have interest allowances. That interest allowances, that's partner A is having 20,000, while partner B is having 110,000. If you add them together, you are able to get how much there? 30,000 naira. Then the remaining income, then what you do is that you add the 2, the salary allowances and the interest allowances, you add them together, and if you add them together, it gives you 80,000 naira. Now, if you deduct the 80,000 naira from the 100,000 naira, remaining income is 20,000 naira. You have 20,000 naira. So now 20,000 naira is the profit that the organization have made. And don't forget that the profit is to be shared equally. The profit is to be shared equally. So if the profits are shared equally, that means 20,000 naira divided by 2. 20,000 naira divided by 2. So if you divide 20,000 naira by 2, you are going to get 10,000 naira each. 10,000 naira each. And if you add 10,000 naira each, we are going to get 20,000 naira. So let's add them together. We have 100,000 naira as the first basis. Then we have the salaries and interest allowances as 80,000 naira. If we add them together, we have 80,000 naira. Then subtract 80,000 naira from 100,000 naira, we have 20,000 naira. Then the remaining share, we share them equally. That is one, you can say 1/2 times 20,000, or you can say 20,000 divided by 2, and we have, so if you add everything together, the allocated shares is going to be A is 60,000, while B is 40,000 naira. So there we have 100,000 naira. We have 100,000 naira. Now we look at the net income of the partnership is calculated by subtracting total expenses from the total revenue, which I've explained to you before. Then after the salary and interest allowance are subtracted from the net income, and the result is remaining income, which is divided. Now, the remaining income is called the profit. That's the profit, which is divided equally in accordance with the partnership agreement. The partnership agreement. At the end of the accounting period, each partner's allocated share is closed to his capital account based on the net income allocation showed above. The closing entity is this. We have the income summary, which is 100,000. Then capital, A capital has increased also. A capital has increased, and it has increased to 60,000 naira. 60,000 pounds, dollars, while partners B capital is 40,000. Now look at statement for partnership account. Now, before we go into the statement of partnership account, I want us to take this assignment. Let's take this assignment. Now, you send the assignment to my Gmail. You send the assignment to my Gmail. My Gmail is geogba2804@gmail.com. geogba2804@gmail.com. Geogba is GEOGBA 2804@gmail.com. And let's look at the assignment. Or I should come again. Geogba is GEOGBA 2804@gmail.com. So let's look at the assignment. Number one assignment is, what is partnership deed? What is partnership deed? List what can be found in it. What is partnership deeds? List what can be found in it. 2, differentiate between partnership and sole proprietorship. Differentiate between partnership and sole trader or proprietorship. I want to differentiate. The question again, what is partnership deed? List what can be found in it. 2, differentiate between partnership and sole proprietorship. Differentiate between partnership and sole proprietorship or sole trader. Then send it to my mail. Now let's look at the statement of partnership equity. Statement of partnership equity. Statement of partnership equity starts with capital balance at the beginning of the accounting period and reflect additional investment made by partners during the year. Net income for the period and withdrawals. Additional investment and allocation net income increase capital account of the partners. All kinds of allowances like salary allowances and capital allowances are treated as withdrawals. Withdrawal reduces capital account. The end result is capital balance of the partnership of the partners at the end of the accounting period. So let's look at the a sample statement of partnership equity is showing below. Now, under there, you can see that the capital there, we have partner A is 40,000, partner B is 30,000, total is 70,000. Then we have the additional investment. Now, A had added 10,000, B 20,000. If you add them together, we have 30,000 naira. Capital plus investment, that's 50 plus 50,000, that gives you 100,000. Now we look at the net income for the year. Net income for the year is the addition of them That's 60,000 plus 40,000 is equal to 100,000. So we have a balance. The balance is what is 110. Then that is for A. Then 90,000 for B, and the total is, we look at the total. The total is 200,000 naira. How do we get the 1110? The 1110 is the capital plus investment, which is 50,000, which is the addition of 40,000 and 10,000. Then we now add it to the capital plus investment. That's 50,000 plus 60. It gives you 110,000 on A, then 90,000 on B. Then we look at the withdrawals. The withdrawals, then A withdrew 30,000, while B withdrew 20,000. So the net withdrawal is 50,000. 50,000 naira. Then we have the capital, that is at December 31st. You need to know that the accounting period for every country or Nigeria is from January to December. So we have, if you look at the accounts there, you deduct your withdrawals from your balance. You deduct your withdrawal from your balance. Then you have your capital is 80,000. Then B has 90,000 minus 20,000, that's 70,000. Then we have the net capital, which is 200,000 minus 50,000 naira, which totally gives you 150,000. I want to believe that you understand the calculation. Let me come again so that you can get it right. The partner A is 40,000 naira. Partner B is 30,000 naira. The cumulative total is 70,000 naira. There's additional investment. Possibly A added 10,000, B added 20,000, which gives us 30,000. Then we have the capital plus investment. That's 40 plus 10,000, which gives us 50,000 naira. Then partnership is 30 plus 20. You look at the 20 there, that's for B. Then plus that's 50,000. Then net income for the year is 60,000. I told you the net income is 10,000 plus 50, 10,000 additional investment plus capital plus, that's 50,000, gives you 60,000 naira. Then also on the part of B gives you 40. Then on the total is 100,000. Then we'll have the balance, and the balance is the capital plus investment added to net income for the year. The net income, that's 50,000 for A plus 60,000, which is 110. Then moving on to B, we have the 50,000, that is plus 40 is 90. Then we have 100,000 plus 100, that is 200,000. Now less withdrawals. That means A withdrew 30,000 naira, while B withdrew 20,000 naira. If you add, subtract it from their balance, you have capital as at December 31st, 80,000 naira and 70,000. Then you have your cumulative total or your net capital to say as 150,000 naira. Now, I believe you understand the calculation. Now, let's look at the equity section of the balance sheet. Equity section of the balance sheet. The partners' equity section of the balance sheet report the equity of each partner as illustrated below. Now, we look at partner A, he had 80,000. That is from the December 31st. We have 80,000. Then partner B has 70,000 naira. Don't forget, we are coming from the upper part of it, which is the capital account of the partners. Now, if you add them together, we have 150,000. So the worth of the two of them, their worth is 150,000. Now, quickly, let's look at admitting a new partnership. But before that, don't forget my assignment. My assignment is what is partnership deed, list what can be found in it. Then 2, differentiate between partnership and sole trader or proprietorship. Now, if you look at the admitting a partner, I told you, you don't just admit partners into a business. It must be a unanimous decision between the partners. But in case one of the partners disagree, that he doesn't want to invest his money or anything, or he doesn't want another partner, possibly based on trust, possibly he doesn't trust the guy, then that means the partnership is already gone. So let's look at admitting a new partner. A new partner may be admitted by agreement among the existing partners. Don't forget that. When this happens, the old partners may or may not be dissolved, and a new partnership may be created with a new partnership agreement. For US tax purpose, a technical termination may be caused if more than 50% of the partnership interest change hands in the same US tax year. A new partnership may buy into the business in 3 ways. Number 1, by purchasing an interest directly from the existing partners. Now, don't forget that partners don't sell shares. They don't sell shares. So they cannot go to market to buy shares. What they have to do is that by purchasing interest directly from the existing partners. Maybe like I told you the other time, possibly their shares or profit has been 2 to 2 before, 2 to 1. Now they have to change it, maybe 3 to 1 or 3211 will be the share of their profit. Then 2, by making an investment in the business or by contributing assets from existing business. That's what they do. Now let's look at the assume that partners A and partner B admit partner C as a new partner. When partners A and partner B have capital interest, that's 30,000 naira and 20,000 naira respectively, a partner C pays, say, 15,000 naira to partner A for 1/3 of his interest and 15,000 to partner B for 1/2 of the interest. 1/2 of the interest on directly, not to the business. The following entry is made by the partners. The following interest is made by the partners. Then we look at the interest that was made. Then we have the capital. That means A is 10,000 naira, while B partners is 10,000 naira. 10,000 naira. Now, in our subsequent lecture, we are going to look at, okay, we see the partner C capital is 20,000, so they share the 20,000. Now, there's an account called the goodwill account. The goodwill account, that is the 20,000 naira, is the goodwill money that they resulted taken from them. So the extra 5,000 partner C paid to each of the partner represent profit to them, but it's also not effective on the partnership financial statement. By the next lecture, we are going to look at some of the other things that follow. We are looking at allocation of partnership interest. So please make sure you do my assignment and submit the assignment to me by before the next lecture. Before the next lecture, so you submit it. Thank you very much. See you next week. God bless you.